Welcome to NASCAR's K&N Pro Series West from Roseville, California, and the All-American Speedway. It's the Toyota Napa Autocare 150. Hi, folks. Mike Hogwood here, along with Phil Parsons. As you can tell, Phil, we've got a great crowd for this race tonight.
Great crowd, great weather, just perfect racing conditions out here.
Really looking forward to it tonight. The man that puts it all together is Bill McAnally, and he's with the third member of our team tonight, Bernadette Santa-Cola. Bernadette.
When you talk about winning in Roseville, there's no team that does it better than BMR. Here with team owner Bill McAnally. Bill, you've won 5 of the last 6 events here with 2 drivers, Eric Holmes, who's back in the lineup, and Paulie Haraka. The number 12 car is missing tonight. Let's talk Paulie.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's hard to be at All-American Speedway here in Roseville without Paulie Haraka. He started here in the NASCAR Weekly Late Models with me when he was 17, and we raced out here for 2 years, won a NASCAR Weekly Championship with Paulie, and then moved up to the NASCAR K&N Series, and he did a great job. He's won out here several times, and we missed not having him. He was hoping to put something together to move up to NASCAR's national touring in the trucks or the nationwide, and it just didn't pan out. We're looking for money to get our 12 car back out there. I've got a deal put together for Paulie for Infineon. We hope to have him in the car with Infineon through Thunder Valley, but Napa helped us for a lot of years work with Paulie and help get him ready to move up, and I hope he gets the shot. He's a good driver, good kid, but I rest assured Eric Holmes will give him a run for money tonight in that number 20 Napa Auto Parts Toyota.
He'll keep the BMR racing team alive here in Roseville, but really with the number 12 car being gone, is filling that seat somewhat of a concern for you?
Well, we had DJ Kennington from Canada that drove for us at Phoenix, and he's wanting to do several other races with us this year. I don't think we'll have a problem filling it. I just didn't get it done here promoting this race and having cars in it. When we didn't have a driver, we didn't push too hard. We've got a lot going here, but we'll get somebody in that 12 car this year.
Will we see Paulie at all in this series as far as you know, or is it still up in the air?
Well, it's up in there, but we've got a deal for Infineon, so for sure we'll get him in that 12 car for at least one race this year.
All right, so for the race fans out there that love to see Paulie Haraka do his stuff, and especially here at Roseville, Bill McAnally saying he will be back at least at Infineon. And Bill, you've always said, you know, you want the best for your drivers. You want to see them succeed, right?
Well, it does. This whole series is a stepping stone for NASCAR. They come in here, they're trying to get prepared to move up the ladder to the National Touring Series, and we've lost great crew chiefs, drivers, and crewmen, but you know what? You got to pat them on the back and wish them the best, and you know why they're here. They're here to get prepared to move up the ladder. We're just very proud and very rewarded that we can help them do that.
And absolutely, and if anybody knows about bouncing back, BMR Racing doesn't seem to really miss a step, so check for them in Victory Lane.
All right, Bernadette, I think they've got a good shot at it. Let's get your storylines, Phil.
How about Greg Persler? 3 of the last 4 wins dating back to last year, including Phoenix this year. Eric Holmes had a poor finish out in Phoenix. He needs to get that championship hunt back on the way. And can Bill McAnally win 5 in a row? He's won the last 4 with Paulie Haraka and Eric Holmes.
Well, it's time now for our Bio Blast. Let's meet Eric Holmes.
Hi, I'm Eric Holmes, driving the number 20 Napa Toyota, and I'm a 3-time K&N Series champion, and hopefully in 2011 I can become a 4-time champion. And a fun fact about me is I got a wonderful 2 little daughters, and I enjoy spending time with them, and I own a Napa Auto Parts store. I'm Eric Holmes, and this is your K&N Bio Blast.
I love these Bio Blasts, getting to know the guys a little bit. You see his career highlights, as he told you, 3-time champion in this series.
And even numbered years, though, so he's going to have to do something different 2011.
Yeah. Right now, let's go back downstairs and get more from Bernadette.
In the second race of the K&N Pro Series West, Greg Persley takes the pole. Now, you're not going to believe this, but it was only Saturday that Greg was released from the hospital after being stung twice by a scorpion. And he says he's not 100% tonight, but you led practice, you led qualifying, you're sitting on the pole. Are we going to see you in Victory Lane?
I sure hope so. That's just a tribute to my Gene Price Motorsports crew and guys, and Jerry Pitts and Gene Price put a great team together, and we're really come together this year, and we're really working well together. So hopefully we qualified good and we can be up front and stay out of trouble and hopefully finish one in the front here for once.
Now, being released Saturday from the hospital, but you told me earlier that you're leading the points and you weren't going to let it go. What a dedicated driver you are.
We're leading the points, man. I can't let my team down. I mean,
getting in the car, I kind of forget about it. So they might have to pour me out of the car after the race, but I'm going to go 100% right now.
Well, we wish you the best of luck to you and your team. The number 26 car of Greg Pursley sitting on the pole here tonight. Says he's not 100%, but I do not believe him. Good luck, Greg.
Thank you.
Well, he is sitting on the pole. He's not really run well here in the past, but hopes to do that here tonight. We'll meet our 24 drivers who are going to start this race and get this Toyota Napa Autocare 150 underway from here in Roseville in just a moment. Welcome back to All-American Speedway. Phil, this is not an easy track to get around.
Very, very difficult and challenging racetrack. The corners are completely different. See, turns 1 and 2 bank 8 degrees. Progressive banking over in turns 3 and 4, 10 to 14 degrees. And remember, this racetrack started out life as a quarter-mile racetrack. Now it's a third.
Yeah, you're seeing our starting grid. Greg Pursley, 6th pole of his career. Eric Holmes going to start near the front.
Eric Schmidt starting up in the top 8. A lot of local knowledge here. 2 top 5 finishes for him at this racetrack.
Jason Fensler has had some good runs when he's entered in this series. And Darrell Haar, he had his best finish at Phoenix in the first race of the season. 24 drivers make up this field. Actually, 4 drivers were sent home. 28 tried to qualify.
Really shows the health of the series.
Green flag is out. And we're underway here at Roseville. Pursley, the pole sitter, having a little bit of a challenge early, but the inside, I think, is the way to get around this race.
Yeah, without a doubt. Now, the outside in 3 and 4 is pretty good because of the progressive banking. Great qualifying effort by Michael Self. He's going to lay in here in the 2nd spot right behind Pursley.
His best finish in this race is 12th, so he has a chance to really do something good here tonight.
Really difficult to get these cars hooked up off the corner. Real tight corners. You try to put that 675 horsepower down to the racetrack. It's really easy to spin those tires.
The 88 there you saw on your screen, that's Eric Schmidt, who you were talking about a moment ago. A lot of local knowledge here. Several times he's won the local late model track championship, and every time he's run a West Series race, he has finished strong.
They finished 2nd in 09, and he finished 3rd last year here.
17 of David Mayhew in the middle of your screen there. I think he'll be a competitor that's got a chance here tonight.
Yeah, without a doubt, started off the year with a top 10 finish at Phoenix. Had a great 2010 season, finished up as the runner-up in points to Eric Holmes.
Saw that blue car, the 61. That is Brett Thompson, who is back as a full-time competitor this year, and that's good to see. And that's the battle for 9th. Luis Martinez Jr. in that 6 car.
I think this may be a breakout season for Luis Martinez. Had some flashes of brilliance last year. Had a great 3rd place run, I believe, at Colorado National for his best. But I think look for him to do good things this year. Great race team.
Yeah, last year he had a top 5 finish here in this race. Back for 11th, Jonathan Gomez and Thomas Martin in the 5 car. Good racing all over the track here in the early going.
There's Jason Fensler, the 59 car. Good to see him back in the series. Been a couple years away.
Yeah, he's really had a tough time finding a ride. He's had a lot of success, though, in modifieds out here in California. But it's just been tough for him to get a West ride. He did win. The last time he was in a race was at Altamont in 2008, and he won the race.
Yeah, he also ran for this team, Jim and Terry Cass, in the showdown this year. So they're looking to run 4 or 5 races, something like that, limited schedule. Obviously, sponsorship, they would run more.
There are the 2 Bill McAnally cars, Moses Smith and Eric Holmes. And you know the boss says be careful when you're around one another.
Moses Smith has run here 6 times, never finished out of the top 10. One of his best racetracks.
But he has never won in this series. Come close, but he's never won.
Got a good 2nd place run for his best career finish. And how about that 03 car behind Eric Holmes? A 15-year-old Dylan Kwasniewski from Las Vegas.
That's actually a team car to Greg Pursley.
Exactly. They're expanding to 2 cars, and he wasn't cleared to run Phoenix because of it being a mile racetrack, but doing a great job so far, especially for a 15-year-old.
And again, there are the McAnally cars. Eric Holmes, who has had such great success here on this racetrack. 3 wins to his credit.
Lapping has already begun here. You see the 26 of Greg Pursley getting by Greg Rail. That's the 01 car. Brady Flaherty, the 07, has already been lapped. You see the move over flag from the flagman.
You know, you heard the interview Bernadette had with Greg Pursley. I'm amazed he's even running this race tonight.
You know, it's incredible. I was talking to Greg, and he actually had a ventilator. I mean, it was really serious stuff, and he wasn't sure that he was going to be able to go the distance. He came here prepared possibly to put somebody else in the car, and he's got a couple great guys working within the team. Jason and Jeff Jefferson work within the team, so he had some good guys to pull from if he wouldn't have been able to go.
Boy, those are famous names up in the Northwest racing, Jason and Jeff. Jeff is actually coaching young Kwasniewski, the 15-year-old. He's the crew chief on that car tonight. And again, oh my, Holmes got into his teammate a little bit there.
He said, it's time to go now. We've run almost 20 laps, and it's time for me to move up.
I'm not sure what Moses Smith thought about that. But Eric Holmes takes the position away, and you see that 03. We were talking about him a moment ago. He's out of Las Vegas, Nevada. Dylan Kwasniewski.
We'll be hearing a lot of that young man. Again, first year that the 15-year-olds have been eligible to run in this series, both the K&N East and West.
Phil, when you first started your career, did you ever believe one day a 15-year-old would get behind a race car?
I was 20 years old before I ever ran a competitive lap in anything. So, no, I couldn't even imagine that.
Well, they're starting young over in the East. Chase Elliott, just 15 years old.
He had a top 5 finish in his first time out at Greenville, South Carolina in the East.
David Mayhew running strong. You can bet he's going to contend for the win here
caution's
tonight.
out.
Caution is out. The 07 has spun. That is Brady Flaherty, who's come to a stop and has brought out the first yellow here in our race tonight.
Obviously, we can see a little overheating. Ooh, a little contact from Wes Banks in the 3 car. And heavy traffic. A lot of drivers did a nice job. There's a Greg Pursley, our leader, getting by on the inside.
Yeah, that was awfully close. Greg Pursley on the pole. He's the leader. Michael Self hanging on to second place after 21 laps.